time to go way off limits. We are in an airplane right now, traveling from Toronto to Havana, Cuba, a trip very few Americans get to make, but we're part of a humanitarian aid mission called First Hand Aid. Pretty soon we'll be landing in Havana about the time of 1957 in very many ways. We'll explain when we land. Follow us to Cuba. Early this morning, we left Grand Rapids and headed for the Canadian border. There, we were stopped for questioning for a little longer than we thought. When we made it to Toronto, I went through a full body scan, and then here, we just made it through customs in Cuba. Now, it's on to nightlife in Havana. Now that was it, the sound of Fort Cabana every evening here in Havana, and it's really a step back in time, isn't that right, Mark?
That's correct. Every night at 9 o'clock that cannon goes off, and has been for 300 years through all rules, through Spain, through England, through the United States. Every country that has ruled this country has fired that cannon, and it went on through revolutions, through cyclones, through any kind of weather. It signifies the actual closing of the harbor at 9 o'clock, and the signifying of the changing of the guard from day till evening. It's an age-old tradition in Havana, and it attracts thousands of tourists from around the world every evening here at the fort.
And it also attracts people like us. We're right across the harbor from Old Havana, and we'll take you there next. We are in front of the most famous restaurant in all of Cuba, La Bodeguita del Medio. And this is the walkway that opens into beautiful Christopher Columbus Square. This is truly the heart of Old Havana.
This is the central part of Old Havana, right outside the Cathedral of Christopher Columbus, and this square is famous part of the town in Havana. Also the square and church where the Pope gave private mass for all the clergy here when he made entrance into Cuba. This is the central part of where tourism begins for Cuba. Most people who visit this country or this city at some point or another make entrance into this square. It is truly a very beautiful colonial area of Cuba.
Take a look at this spectacular view high above Havana and just 2 floors up from where Ernest Hemingway once lived. This is Central Havana. We're in front of a replica of the U.S. Capitol building built here before the Revolution, right, Mark?
That's correct. It was a replica of our Capitol, and this is the edge of Old Town and the New Havana, where many Cubans and many tourists hang out as well. A central business area for all of Havana.
And this is not the place where you're going to be spending time.
No, not at all. We are going to go far from the tourist areas to places and clinics and hospitals where tourists never go.
It's all part of the mission of First Hand Aid, which is why we're here.